Hey, what's going on, people? Today I will be reacting to another video by Abba and Preach called Red Pill Leaders Expose as Being Fragile Cornballs on Fresh and Fit. So I know who Fresh and Fit are.
Pop Smoke, what are you looking for? Nigga, what you mean?
Nigga, what's up?
Oh, you want a man? Suck my man. I don't need a man.
If you're understanding, basically they're clowning on the one girl in the top right area because she got a deep voice.
Y'all been good though? Oh, y'all with me? Y'all straight?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're really good.
That's
Yeah, you really good. I got a bigger dick than you, man. Yo, shut the fuck up with your masculine ass voice and read the chats, yo. Get the fuck up out of here.
Why would he just say that to her? I don't know. Maybe they know each other. I don't know.
No. Wait, that was you. Wait.
What it is?
Do you think your voice sound a little bit masculine or no?
I'm just a strong woman, and that's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, you say you're just a strong, like.
Yeah, I'm speaking another language. Yo puedo hablar español contigo si quiere.
Oh, okay. Because I think on this podcast they expect, women to be a little bit,
More feminine?
Be in their feminine energy type shit. You want to be your feminine energy?
You gotta.
I've met plenty of women who had a high-pitched voice but gave off masculine/aggressive energy. So I don't think it's accurate to equate a woman's pitch with how feminine or masculine she is.
Shrimp dick act.
If you're rude, I will not be nice to you.
No.
If you're cruel, I'll be nice to you.
So do you feel like, you be like in your feminine energy, like,
Feminine energy, yes, nurturing, caring.
Yeah.
Of course, for the people that I love and care.
I just want to know why your voice is that fucking deep.
Who is this guy? And why does he keep pressing her on her voice? She already told you why her voice is deep, and you keep pressing her.
No, it's not.
Pop Smoke. Okay.
You never saw a woman with deep voice is not here?
No. I don't have no problem with it.
I never give a fuck about nobody.
No, you got a problem with it because you keep bringing it up, and I'm starting to get annoyed.
Talk anything about my voice or the way I look or anything like. I literally don't care.
Okay, is it your voice or your actions also kind of match the voice in terms of masculinity?
Because I'm alpha. Yeah.
Oh, you are alpha.
That's a good question.
I'm alpha woman.
Okay.
I'm dominant. That's what it is.
No, I don't fuck with no.
She is rolling with the punches, and she's doing it with such grace. She's not going off. She's not calling him out of his name. She's not trying to explain herself away. She's not letting him back her into a corner.
See who sound like a nigga. That's just 100. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you.
Wait.
Okay, you got your point across.
We not wait.
You don't have to, because I'm not asking you to.
No. Hold on.
I don't like disrespect, and I'm come correct.
No. I'm not trying to disrespect you.
I'm not trying to disrespect you.
I'm not trying to disrespect you.
But you calling her femininity into question based on her accent and the tone of her voice. And when she answered your questions with honesty and sincerity, you kept going back to, but I just want to know why your voice is so deep. Yo, stop pressing. Why you keep pressing her like that?
But you sound like a nigga.
If I heard Pop Smoke talking from heaven while I'm stroking, I'm soft. Real rap.
What is he getting at?
What do you have to lose some weight until you can see your dick, nigga?
See, but that was fair play. Because he kept pushing her. He kept trying her.
She's not being disrespectful.
No. She's matching the energy.
She's just talking.
Yeah, she's matching the
Same way
energy.
you're just talking. She's not being disrespectful.
Energy.
Don't be mad.
No, I could understand.
When you were calling her a nigga, right? And you would say she sound like a man, like Pop Smoking and all this stuff. You weren't being disrespectful. She's not being disrespectful either, right? So we good. Academics, you fat. You know this. It's cool.
Oh, she got that.
Oh shit. So you're saying,
I could already tell he's a bad sport. He's the type of person who could dish it out but can't take it. And people like that are just bullies all around. If you're the type of person who you could dish out jokes and make fun of people, but as soon as somebody turns the tables and starts dishing it back out at you, you can't take it. All of a sudden you get sensitive and you stop laughing. Bro, you're a fucking bully. Because that's how a bully behaves. A bully wants everybody around him to be a pushover. He wants to be around people he could just steamroll without any resistance whatsoever. People, word to the wise, if you find yourself in a social setting surrounded by strangers and you could tell by their response that they're not willing to engage in that banter with you, leave them the fuck alone. Play with people who want to be played with. Don't play with people who don't want to be played with, because this is what you're gonna get.
Wait. So you're saying that if I lose some weight and I become your broke ass, bitch ass boyfriend, right? Oh, shit. No. And I start fucking with a masculine bitch like you with fake titties.
No, see, why you doing all that, bro? She didn't say shit to you to warrant that level of disrespect. See, I find it very ironic that he's calling her femininity into question while his femininity is on full display, because he seems to have a chip on his shoulder. And right now he seems to be speaking from a place of being histrionic. Y'all know what that means? Histrionic means that you being over emotional, that you being dramatic.
With a fucking tattoo on your face.
Yeah, nigga.
You're mad. You're just naming
You
shit.
are
Now
so
you're
mad. You,
She called it obvious. Oh, wow.
bro, you guys were.
His toxic femininity is on display. This is full-blown relational aggression. Men, we're more likely to commit physical acts of violence. Women are more likely to commit verbal acts of violence. It's what they call relational aggression. He's committing relational aggression, trying to demean this woman, damage her reputation, call her out of her name.
Running her for a good 10, 20 minutes.
Yo.
She just said, by the way, you're fat. God, you know, she said she had a husband. You keep calling her the boyfriend. Like, you're doing all this because you're mad.
You're mad. You got mad.
You-
and it's fine.
You guys been on her and she's just been going back at you guys with the same energy. Now you really mad.
How are you gonna be sounding?
How I'm gonna be sounding?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Or it's different, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, bitches like fat niggas like you, so what's the problem?
Yeah, there's
sharp.
people that like what I am, and it's okay. And motherfucker like, you know, at this point,
And you know what's making her shit funny too? Is the fact that she don't care.
okay.
She's like, hey man, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
But some guys like what I got, and some bitches like fat niggas like you.
Or it's different, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, bitches like fat niggas like you, so what's the problem?
There's a rich nigga like me.
Rich?
I bet your boyfriend
It
never like
was
me.
the matter.
I bet your boyfriend never like me.
But he can't fuck me better than you would, so.
She said there's no amount of money in your bank account that can make you me better than my man does.
Boyfriend ain't a rich nigga like me. And she's like, well, yeah, but you can't fuck me like he can fuck me either. So we good.
She's desinvolved. That's how we call that in
She
French.
don't care.
She
and
don't
this
give
guy,
The difference between you and her, she's criticizing you for who you are, not for what you have. Don't equate the two. Because you could have $1 million in your bank account but be a complete piece of shit. And it doesn't matter if you have $1 billion in your bank account. An asshole is an asshole. I worked with the homeless for 3 years. That's the most generous community I've ever encountered in my entire life. I can't tell you how many times I finished working on cases and my clients, my students would come to me and bring me gifts. Initially, I felt bad even accepting gifts from my clients because I'm like, yo, I'm the one making a full-time salary. You're trying to get on your feet. So how do I look accepting gifts from you? But that was my ego talking, you know? So eventually I learned how to accept as much as I gave. And I learned that when people give you gifts, you don't turn it away. You don't act like you're too good to accept their gifts. You accept it with a smile and you say thank you. That's what I learned from working with poor people, with people who probably don't have as much money as this asshole has, but they still have one thing that he will never have so long as he continues to manifest this kind of behavior, and that is dignity. Whereas no matter what you say to those people that I worked for, they've already been through hell and back. So there's nothing you could tell them that they haven't heard already, and there's nothing you could tell them to make them believe they don't have value, because that is inherent to them. And I just find it so interesting how people like this, a man who's claiming to be rich and shitting on people for not having as much money as he does, is so sensitive. You would think that once you get to a certain point, your money might translate to confidence, but that doesn't seem to be the case with him.
yeah, he's not as good as me. He ain't as big as
The thing is that he's trying to win one. With all this shit that he
You
threw,
gotta let it go.
with all this shit that he threw, he's trying to get the one that's gonna get her, and it doesn't get her.
let it go. Take your L,
it's
man.
funny it's funny because at the beginning of the show, she said she was alpha, and everybody clowned her because of that. And I was just like, I don't care. People like me, and he's the one doing all this rah-rah shit.
He's trying to qualify himself to her.
Histrionics, man.
So you're submitting to her. That's the whole submission, my dude. I don't even know if you noticed this.
Yes.
But in the beginning, she called herself alpha. Everybody was laughing. That's fine. And now you're trying to get one. You're trying to get one that so she knows, like, and she's like, I'm above this shit. Whatever. Come on, you're trying to reach to my level. Fine. And then you're doing all this rah-rah shit. So
we better than you niggas, right?
As much as you trying to clown her and everything, she won.
She won because you're trying to prove yourself to her. So you're saying I'm better than your boyfriend. I'm richer. She's like, she don't care because she's good. Right? It's like if I got a girl, some girls say, I'm better looking than you're. I don't care. I'm good with my girlfriend. Who cares?
There's nobody who could back me up into a corner and make me feel so threatened that I feel inclined to start throwing out my credentials and qualifications to validate who I am. So the fact that he had to retreat to that and try to use that as his silver bullet. No.
You look stupid trying to tell me that you're better than I don't care. So I'm watching this, and it's funny to me because y'all was clowning her just like we said for being alpha. Turns out, in this room, she is. Way more than y'all.
But I bet you
And
live
the men are not saying a word.
in a fucking Section 8 housing, and I live in a fucking mansion with
You still unhappy. If you wasn't unhappy, you wasn't being aggressive in your room.
She said you still unhappy. Because if you wasn't unhappy, you wouldn't be this aggressive and rude.
And I'm
you
not.
could tell she came from the fucking gutter, because that's a different kind of confidence. You got to go through some shit in order to sit in a room like that, be grilled by a motherfucker like this, and still keep your composure in the way that she's been able to do. So kudos to her, and shame on the other men who are in this room who have yet to speak up in her defense. But she's holding her own, don't get me wrong. But this is not a good representation of men.
You're validating someone that nobody fucking knows. You try to validate yourself to a nobody.
No, she's not a nobody.
And I'm not clowning this girl saying that she's a nobody, but nobody knows her, and it's fine.
She's popular.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm just the one that doesn't know you, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But you still trying to match that, like and when she said you're the one that's unhappy, maybe you can claim that you're happy, but someone that would be happy and content with whatever the fuck they have wouldn't have to prove, yeah, but this shit is over. It's done with. She doesn't give a fuck. It's a wrap. Wrap it up. You know what I mean? But you don't.
If you got to run around and say, I got money, I got subscribers, I got a Bugatti. If you got to feel the need to go
that's whack.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's worse when, well, I got more money than you. I got you. Because this is I'm just showing out I got money.
No, but he's using those things as a cover for his insecurities, which it seems like she's nailing one by one. Because if she wasn't, he wouldn't be getting this riled up.
Money. Now you're trying to put other motherfuckers down just to prove a point. You understand what I'm saying?
That means you're unhappy.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with me. It's like, if someone comes to me and like, yo, I got more money. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm good.
Shit.
I'm a billionaire.
Unless you're going to share that money with me, why are you telling me how much money you got? I don't give a fuck. If you ain't sharing that money with me, if we ain't going into business together, why are you telling me?
I'm a billionaire. Congratulations.
Okay.
Why do you feel the need to come tell me you have so much more when I don't care? That tells me that you're a loser on the inside. Even though you might be winning in this life, how you look at yourself, the way that you internally view yourself, it's like, I am a bit of a loser.
Shit, maybe she is alpha. Fuck.
So all this rah-rah, all this need to get drunk and do all this wild stuff is evidence that you're a loser. Fresh. My man's 28 going on 80, and I don't want that to be you guys. And that's why today's sponsor, T.H. Henley's coming in to save the day.
All right, shout out to their sponsor, but we're going to skip ahead a little bit.
You're unhappy, baby. Like, you got to stop, like, be acting like
no, she babied him. Oh.
Weird, because you're just unhappy.
No,
it's not my problem if you weren't happy. Like, I'm very happy.
She's sunning him. She said, it's okay. You're unhappy, baby.
You're unhappy, baby. Like, you got to stop, like, be acting like weird. Because you're just unhappy. It's not my problem if you weren't happy. Like, I'm very happy with my life.
Why do you think I'm happy?
Because you do that. Like, being weird.
No. I'm asking you a question. You sound like hold on. Relax, Shirley. Your man ain't here. And he couldn't afford to get in this building, okay?
Oh my God. Yo, can we stop?
He couldn't afford to get in this building.
His whole demeanor is just gross.
What a loser, bro. What a loser. You couldn't afford to get in this club. That's how much money we got. First off, I've been in that building. It's not that impressive.
What does he do for a living?
But they sit there like, who cares? Like, the people who brag about money like this in an argument are the biggest losers. Yeah, well, I make more bands than you. Okay.
The guy doesn't strike me as smart, funny, charismatic. What does he do for a living?
And you didn't notice? Look at the other guys at this panel. This dude's burying his head in his hand, right? This guy looks like he's completely disinterested. Even Sneako's doing the cringe face.
I'm asking you, who said disrespectful?
Man, disrespectful, boy, you just disrespectful.
Stop.
Why did you just tell her to shut the fuck up? What's wrong with you, bro? Where's this dude from? He must be from a parallel universe, because where I'm from, he would have got packed out at the 2-minute mark of this video.
My nigga done fucked you, nigga, like in the Airbnb. Get the fuck on out.
Actually, you should know to know he's fucking
Shorty, stop playing. Get over here, stop playing.
You just like to disrespect to women like that.
Talking facts, nigga. I'm talking facts, nigga.
Just lame niggas.
I'm talking facts, nigga.
You not, nigga.
Let somebody say something. I'm talking facts, nigga.
What the fuck are you gonna do, bro? You look like 5'10", 250 pounds sack of potatoes, bro. What are you gonna do if somebody says something? These guys, they lift weights, they look healthy, but their demeanor does not indicate that they are anything remotely close to protectors. Because if they were, they would at the very least be speaking up. But they look very shy and reserved, these two guys right here. So I don't know. And then, of course, Sneako, you can't expect him to be a man. You can't expect him to grow a set of balls. You know, you can't expect him to have any conflict resolution skills. Because I've seen him before. I reacted to him in a previous video with Fresh and Fit.
My boy fucked you in the Airbnb that I rented, nigga. That I paid, nigga. That I paid the whole money. Don't come over here talking.
No, we don't believe you, because you emotional. And even if that did happen, bro, you sound like a woman bringing that shit up. Now you gossiping, bro. You pillow talking.
That shit. All that cap.
That sounds very familiar.
We are better than you niggas. Period.
What the fuck am I even watching? Are you doing some gossipy bullshit where you're talking about who slept with who? Because she said what you said on air is disrespectful? What are we watching?
Bro, I clocked out.
All that cap you been doing on motherfucking Fresh and Fit. Big Actors here now.
You're in a room full of women shouting, bro. That doesn't come off as masculine. And you shouting at somebody who is not even as emotionally invested in the conversation as you are, and you're going off.
What the fuck is going top? Hey, bro.
Yo, what is up with these like red pill
psychotic
alpha dudes who seem to have so much energy when they're dealing with these ladies? This shit is cringe, bro.
You know what it is?
I wish you would have said that to a dude, talk the same way to a big dude. I wish you would. And this is what makes me lose the respect for a lot of these guys. Is they only have this energy for people that are weaker than them. They will never say any of this stuff to dudes that are bigger, stronger than them. They'll never say dudes stuff that got way more clout than them and can actually influence them negatively, right? Even if they vehemently disagree on the principle, they start sucking dick and keeping quiet. Because the moment it's a woman where they have nothing to lose and everything to gain by being disrespectful, they don't just be disrespectful, they go the extra mile. But you know, maybe it's just where I came from.
You can't be undefeated. Yo, eventually you're going to run into somebody who matches that shit and who can outwit you, who can outthink you. Whatever criticism you have for them, they're going to hit you with something sharper, something that punctures your soul.
You're generally judged by how you behave when you have power. That's it. You want to test a man's character, give him power, put him in front of the powerless, and see how they act. This woman was just here. She had a deep voice, and motherfuckers were on her case. They were asking her all kinds of private questions, and she was still. And then when they were insulting her, and then she said one word back, they tripled, quadrupled down.
Him, not they.
Yeah, him.
They just didn't. Yeah. You know what this is? Go ahead. This is Alonzo Harris. You know who Alonzo Harris is? It's Denzel Washington's character in Training Day.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
he's all calm, cool, calm, and collected. When's the one time that he was yelling? When's the one time that he was yelling? At the end of the movie when he lost everything. When now he's trying to keep calm, when they start yelling, that's when they all losing power. And trying to regain that power. That's what it is. Why are you screaming like?
It's a temper tantrum. It's something that a toddler does when they don't get their way.
She's not even screaming, and one girl said it's disrespectful. Not even yelling. Why are you yelling?
Big Ack is... Shut the fuck up. Everybody's seen you pussy out in front of a bunch of rappers and people who checked you.
You know what?
I remember when Migos came on the set when you were Joe Budden and you were there like a child.
Oh my God, he looks so innocent and pure. This is the same dude that was in the video talking to the girl?
His papa at the fucking state fair because you got separated. Like, don't act big on these platforms because you're talking to a random nobody. That's loser shit. It is, but maybe y'all feel different. I just think it's funny that it's always the same dudes who are doing a lot of this preaching and a lot of this stuff about, like, you know, this is the prescriptions I have for the world. This is how guys got to behave and all this stuff. And you realize they face a bit of adversity. You give them a bit of power, and they turn into tyrants or losers, right? Who can't even hold frame. You got a woman who's way more alpha than any of these dudes combined, who's chilling. You got more money? Cool. I'm happy with my children and my husband. So what?
Big Ack is here now.
Big Ack is in the bill.
Because you felt little.
Who are you talking to?
Whatever.
If you want to be hard, go do it in the right places, but you won't because you a coward and you know it.
Oh, yeah.
My nigga fucked the shit up. Yo, the nigga gave you a fucking rose and he fucked the shit out of you. That's facts. And say somebody.
And you telling on your man too?
Say somebody. That's why you off camera. Facts. That's why you're on camera. Get on camera. We talk about it. Get on camera. We talk about it.
No, we don't believe you. You're emotional, so you're gonna say anything to save face.
My nigga right now. So we can say something. That nigga say you had to lose his he fucked in 10 years, nigga.
No.
Get on camera and talk about it. Thought so. We'll talk about it. Okay. Is he
You're
coming
not
back?
gonna believe
I don't think so. Where my phone at?
All right, fresh up.
I'm best going fresh. Exactly.
Okay, so
hold on. We not done.
this nigga ain't
We not done.
Look at her. She is so unfazed. She is so unfazed. Oh my God. I wouldn't go back and forth with this woman.
We not done. We not done. Sneako, you saw you on the show? Learn from Big Ack.
Yeah, I could see your pubes through your panties right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like the light showing. I don't know how you fit on a plane with that BBL and your boobs are bumping into the mic.
Why
but
are you doing that, bro?
Like legitimately, no, like not even trying to roast you. Like I could see your whole bush through your panties.
I don't know where this man comes from, where he gets away with talking to people like that. I don't know where Sneako comes from, where he gets away with talking to people like that. I don't know what neighborhood, what community they're from, but in every hood, in every project I've ever been to, if you say the things that they've said about this woman, there's gonna be some man, whether it's her brother, whether it's her uncle, whether it's her father or her boyfriend, they're gonna step to you. And when I say step to you, I don't mean pushing and shoving, hooting and hollering. I mean, they're gonna demonstrate physical aggression in response to your verbal aggression. And if you come from a place where you know that's a possibility because you've seen it happen to someone else, or you've been put in your place for coming out the side of your neck, then you're not gonna carry yourself in the same manner that this man is carrying himself, or that Sneako is carrying himself, because you know what the consequences of that could be were you in a different environment. So you wanna be as morally consistent as you possibly can. Something tells me this motherfucker is not morally consistent, which is to say, if he was on the corner and he was talking this way, surrounded by a bunch of hood people, if she was sitting on the porch, he would have gotten packed out. And if he ain't get packed out then and there, then eventually her people, who probably lived 2 blocks over, would have came 5 minutes later when he stopped berating her, and they would have put him in his fucking place. You know, I've seen this story play out so many times, and when you watch things like this, it kind of gives you a clue about the context in which these social media influencers exist in and what their upbringing was like. Because people who come from the gutter where violence is pervasive, they carry themselves with a little more caution than this, because this motherfucker is talking reckless right now. And you could have all the criticisms you want about people who live in poor and disenfranchised areas, about how they live on an honor culture that is outdated, and no matter what anybody says to you, you should not revert to physical violence in order to get your point across, which she hasn't, and kudos to her. But I'm just letting you know the reality of the situation. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong to respond to verbal aggression with physical aggression. I'm just letting y'all know the reality is he seems very comfortable in sheltered environments and controlled environments where there isn't a lot of variability. And it makes sense because he said your boyfriend couldn't pay to get into this building. So what does that say about you? Okay, so you know that people who have less money and could pose a greater physical threat to you cannot have access to you in this particular environment. Is that why you going off? Because you know you won't be held accountable, even though she's putting you in your place? I don't know. I know I'm going off on a long tangent, so I'll continue.
Right now, I can see. What the fuck's going on right now?
Okay.
And the guy beside him is just like, bruh, what are we doing right now? What are you doing right now? He's like, I didn't sign up for this bullshit. And shout out to him, whoever's the dude in the middle, because he's the only one who's like, yo, this is weird.
We're gonna end this show.
No.
Then get up and go. When you're in a room with people you've identified as clowns and you don't get up and leave, what do you think that makes you?
Don't be weird, bro.
I'm just saying, like, it's very visible. It's like in front of my face.
Stop it. Yo, we don't take no disrespect lightly here, period.
If you're willing to give disrespect, you have to be willing to take it. That's the only thing. It's not because you say no disrespect that it's not disrespectful. Okay? You've been doing none but that. And the minute one person says one thing, you take it like that, bruv. You can't be like, we don't take no disrespect, then don't disrespect. If you don't want to start nothing, there won't be nothing. And you started, and then she matched your energy just a bit.
Talking all that bullshit, y'all could lie to Myron. This big act in the building, nigga. Shorty.
That's bullshit.
Shorty. Realize where you at. Nigga,
Realize
I never
where you
heard
at.
about
What the
you. I'm
fuck?
sorry.
What does that mean? Realize where you at, motherfucker. Realize where you at.
Bitch, we never heard about you.
Yeah.
You a masculine looking bitch with a face tag, nigga, and some fake titties, my nigga. We think you a nigga.
Ew.
To keep it real, we need a DNA
No,
test,
on
bitch.
some real shit. What's going on right now? What is niggas doing right now? Yeah. What's the
we
point of
didn't
this
think
shit?
so, nigga.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Speak up, bro. Speak up.
Now, what is niggas doing right now? Yeah. What's
So
the
we
point of
didn't
this
think so,
shit?
nigga.
Why is that
No, she don't.
LGBT
No, she don't.
community to
We
cancel
didn't think
this
you was
nigga?
Chris.
Why
Hold
is
on.
the LGBT community to cancel
Y'all
him
niggas off the chain right now.
Yes.
This shit is getting ridiculous.
What's up,
The LGBTQ community will only jump.
Did you notice? He's like, nah, she's not about that. The dude went and he went back to the girl because he wasn't going to talk to the man that way. He just kept going at her the whole time and tried to ignore him because he's not going to have that same energy for him. He's a pussy. They're pussies. Here's the thing. I don't talk crazy because, one, I'm not that person, and two, you catch me in person, I'm generally respectful and cool. That's how I am. I don't act different. I don't act all brand new. I don't see fans and be like, nigga, you know what it is. I don't see. That's corny. People who act differently based on what circles they're at or how they're like in this drastic change, you look corny to me. Look, hey, listen, people keep whatever friends they want. I think it's bad for the show because that whole thing looked like a hot mess, but hey, I don't know. It's just.
There's people that like that. It's that thing. No, what I mean by that is that people like that. The show you say it's bad for the show. I think the people that are watching that are watching that for that. This is Jerry Springer's. This is the new era of Maury. This is what it is.
The audience doesn't like it. The audience is all against this episode.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why.
Really? I didn't. You know what? Then I'm gonna give it to you. I'm really sorry. I really thought that because I really thought that motherfuckers was looking at that.
They might say they're against it, but let's see how much views this video has in particular. This has 1.4 million views. So I get what you're saying, Abba, but people are still drawn to this kind of drama, including myself. I mean, it's kind of why I'm giving the reaction, right? I saw the title and I thought, let me check it out.
They were looking at that show for that kind of stuff. Women being like Frank Castle and stuff like that, and people going.
Well, they definitely look for some of that for sure.
Yeah. So that's why like I was under the impression that people look at that show for that, which is fine. Everybody got that entertainment. I mean, you know what I mean, and that's fine. That's good. You know. So that's why I said that comment. I'm like, yeah, motherfuckers like that. Maybe they don't. But that was weird. I would never want to be in that spot. I don't envy nobody that was on that spot, because that was hella weird. That was super weird. Even the people that were there were like, yo, this ain't it. This ain't it. But
this is what I think. I think people in the online world keep weird friends. I think people keep weird friends. That's why I look at a lot of these people sus. I'm like, is that how you act?
They got issues, man. I got issues too, but
because I don't associate with that kind of stuff, and you look fucking goofy. In the real world, most folks would get slapped up for this behavior. What you doing? Like, you think I'd be in my neighborhood talking to somebody's wife that way?
can't.
What do you? I don't know where y'all from, but that's a crazy way to talk to people.
Exactly.
And it's expecting to be okay. So I don't get to this position where I'm at now and all of a sudden act brand new. I don't even have it in me. I don't understand this stuff. This is the kind of like, so if you guys, if these are the people you take your cues from, okay. But I look at them like they're sus. That's me personally. I don't know what it is, but ever since I joined this online world, I've noticed a lot of people who say a lot of goofy stuff that I feel like they would never say to anybody in person.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
They wouldn't stand on any of their stuff, but they get in front of these cameras, and all of a sudden, the way that they talk is completely different.
And I mean, you have to consider they often don't position themselves to say these kinds of things in person around, you know, strangers in an uncontrolled environment. Because if they did, the outcome could go in a completely different direction, right?
You guys are rich, famous people or quasi-famous people, and you only talk crazy to women.
Listen.
Like, if that's not bitch behavior, I don't know what is. You made fun of her for 5-10 minutes because she got a deep voice.
She said one thing, you went off.
But then you made fun before she even did that. You guys were clowning her because she got a deep voice. Who cares? Imagine a group of girls just sitting there laughing at a dude in a circle because he's 5 foot tall. I'd call them fucking losers too. This is no different. And all these dudes who are out here trying to give young men advice on how to live life and all, go clean your rooms. Jordan Peterson says it. You guys fixing other dudes, you need to clean your own lives up. You guys need some therapy. You need to figure out what's wrong with your anger issues or your fucking insecurities where you guys are just lashing out at people because they made one comment about your weight. Or they said, you will seem a little scrawny. Yo, who cares? If you can't control your anger and your behavior because someone made one comment, you need help.
After you did all that?
After you talk as much shit about other people, after you guys are clowning all these people, they make one comment, you guys sitting there, get some help. Y'all need that shit.
All right, there you go. If you took something positive away from this reaction, please comment, like, and subscribe. Share your thoughts with me. I will see y'all next time. Peace.